alphabet. Oh wait, no, the alphabet. Hold on, I think of a better example. I can't tell you the capital of Switzerland. Erik might know the capital of Switzerland, but if I'm channeling him through my body, he can't get that information across. So I think you can kind of see how he's limited with that. But then if I happen to know it in passing or whatever, then he can access what I know and set to his abilities. Everyone is different. I don't know why there's that like crush there where he has limited access to his actual intelligence and abilities when I channel him through me. But I guess it's like the equivalent to like siphoning a thick ass smoothie like a very small straw. If that makes sense. But if you were to speak to him as himself on the astral or spiritually, then he has access to all of his knowledge and things. And he's able to articulate a lot easier, better some things about himself than if he's like cramped, siphoning his shit from me. It's very hard. There's also things that I know that and it's been confirmed by him that he won't tell me. So he's still a big mystery with a lot of things. I can't just go in his memories and pick out things or go in his knowledge and pick out things. And vice versa. We work as a team. He has permission when I invite him to channel through me. Um when he wants to channel, like feel it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it feels like a cat scratching at the door in my head. But I allow that to happen. I can also choose not that if I don't feel like it. So, but a lot of it's a partnership with how we work. I think some systems and things are the same. I'm trying to think if I need to do anything more with giving him introductions. But by all means, he also invites people to speak with him if they want to, outside of me. Because he likes learning. He's a big nerd. He likes learning about other systems and stuff and where we are at. We don't really have other systems or pluralities or spirits to talk to. So he's been alone feeling this way with the relationship that we have. We are together. He is actually my twin flame, which is interesting. So there's that. All right, I'm gonna see if I can bring him on. You'll hear me coughing. That's just kind of like my way of like hearing energy. I also want to add, I think it's really cool that he's very into this. He's usually not very social, but I've noticed that during these meets, he likes to be social, even if it's a bunch of dragons and he ain't a dragon. But he really thinks this is fascinating and is excited to be here with everybody. Like he and Luna are the main reason I even bother coming to these.
Wahoo!
Oh. Okay. So as expressed before, as great being here. I apologize if I come across a little more silent. I'm not used to posting things. Um, I will try to answer any questions while I'm here, as well as I want to give platform for other spirits and altars and other beings to speak with each other and learn about each other and more or less brainstorm on questions. Um, if anybody has any questions for me, feel free to ask. I can only answer to the best of my ability, and I'm due to the audio screw up. It's a little jarring because I can hear everything in my ear. So forgive me if I'm speaking a little slanted more than normal. So I guess, or show of hands, maybe put in the chat box. How many of you consider yourselves alters, part of a system, or spirits, or maybe some other combinations? Originally, I was thought to be a tulpa, or a thought form. Those are also welcome here. Do all of you front, or do you take turns? Yes, an astral being is like a spirit. The spirit is some sort of um autonomous being that is non-corporeal and most likely not made. But forms or tulpas are ones that are created and grow life on their own. How does that work that you're married to one of them, if I'm asked? It's just me and Zeppy here. She has worked with spirits before and has spirit guides and um, I guess companions. It's not like the bond that we have. This is different. Sorry. I was how it works that you're married to one of the beings in your system. Is it complicated? I suppose for some other backgrounds, it appears the beings coming through right now are rather fantastical in that not so mundane like myself. I'm not a dragon or a fairy, or I'm not really sure what else is out there, but I am just a person, or trying to be. Well, I hope it was a good wedding. Perhaps that is something to keep in mind for the future for myself. It's truly fascinating to be around so many fantastical creatures. I admit, I did not have much um experience being around stuff. Zeppy has taught me many things. She is how she is. I shouldn't be afraid of things. They're different. I'd be a hypocrite. Perhaps you should journal it. Everyone takes turns under their names to write a section of the story, like a journal. I guess some other backstory I can give. If anyone is familiar with my story, it's very similar to that. Not exactly the same. I don't completely understand either the Zeppy why I'm here like this, and that I am what many would call possibly a fictive, as I have a story and a book and a whole planet canon, I believe it was. However, my life is not exactly um as any of the medias that are out in this universe. It is only similar. I don't understand how and why it's like this, and I imagine it has something to do with maybe um the plurality of universes. I think. I don't know. It's hard to reconcile. I suppose on top of understanding that, is I was not created either, so it makes it a little harder to understand. At least if, let's say, you loved Winnie the Pooh and you made a platform of Winnie the Pooh. It's based on what we know about Winnie the Pooh in our life. That's not how I came to be. Me and Zeppy actually go back many past lives. Although our previous past lives, we were not together. When she came to this life, she wasn't a dragon, from what I remember. I don't know how she got her Draconic, but she was able to reincarnate, and I was not. I guess that can give you guys some backstory on us. Do you build relationships with other um I'm not really sure what to call all of you. Plurals, spirits, beings? Those who have relationships with your host, do you think it's easier the way things are, or it's harder? Also, how do you relay such things to other people, whether it be um other kid or friends, or family, or maybe even people in just weird spots? Do you even? For us, in some spiritual and psychic circles, they are aware of me and her. They do not know that we're in a relationship. Some do, not all of them. And they are generally very accepting. I don't know truly who I am. I don't know how to break it to them. It sounds fantastic. I'm sorry to hear that. Only closest friends with us as well. And now I guess this server. I understand how that feels. It's really painful for us sometimes. I'm not used to being a ghost, despite the hilarious fact I've masqueraded as the persona as one for so long. It's cute that you have a child with you. I suppose then it's good to have boundaries. For us, she manages to block some things out, just like I managed to block her out. We both don't have exclusive access unless we want to give that access. Does that make any sense? Not that we would pry. We would betray each other's trust like that anyway. That makes sense. I suppose for everyone it's different. I find it difficult to reconcile some of the feelings I have. I'm not used to not being able to touch. I feel bad that I can't do simple things. People take living for granted. She usually respects when if I'm fronting my taste difference. She won't typically make me eat something I don't like. And as much as I would like to make her eat vegetables, I will respect her if I'm fronting. I'm not sure how to resort to Zeppy. I do not know what a good name for her would be in terms of relation. It doesn't feel right to call her a host. Anyway, she has a terrible obsession with drinking soda. I'm not fond of it. Unless I am fond of, I believe it's root beer and orange soda. He prefers to drink mostly Coke or Pepsi. Oh, yes, I have. When I was alive, root beer floats were not a luxury that existed. And if they were not a luxury I could afford or be near of. We had chocolate and ice cream, but it wasn't something meant for the likes of me. Being with Zeppy has shown me a world of sweets I've never had before. And it would appear, as she says, no, I'm not telling them. You could tell them. I'm not saying anything. I appear to have a pretty big sweet tooth. Chocolate is my favorite. I really didn't have much of it when I was alive. Listen, I am not a dragon. I'm not used to going fast like that anywhere. And back in my time, anything that was remotely close had nothing like that. Plus, I didn't been using myself for such amusements. Luna and Zeppy and Zaktan were at an amusement park, and they wanted to show me what it was like to be at an amusement park and to go on one of these roller coasters. From what I understand, the roller coasters here are um very modern. In my time, we had nothing like this. We were in SeaWorld, and she forced me to go on it. It's fun. I'm glad I tried it. I don't know if I'd do it again. I'm still finding I have to adjust to a lot of modern things. The last time I was alive was the Victorian era, and life has changed. My universe was different from this one, but very much the same, I suppose. There's also hosting. How does it feel to let your alters or spirit mates making friends outside of the ones we can't see? Yes, when Zepi does meditate, we are able to go to her home space, which is a lovely island where I have built or parked my home, which connects to a cave, which she also resides. Due to her poor concentration, it's often hard to meditate and do anything this way. We've done some though. We should get back into it. I have also visited other astral places. Nowadays, I would just stay in Zeppy's home space. There's really no need for me to travel. Oh, I was asking, as a spirit or alter or something else, have you made friends with people that are in the corporeal? I sort of did. It was very uncomfortable. They were not familiar with the concept of plurality, alters or spirits, but I didn't want to hide. They were very confused at first. I don't blame them. It's a very out there concept. I suppose both. Friends that you being a spirit or an alter, and then making friends who are in the physical. Like Zeppy, by my own nature, I am not someone who's very sociable, but I find it does get lonely sometimes. I am mostly confused about how all of this works, and I don't know how to relieve some of the issues of dealing with, in a way, not being real. I'm afraid to ask what the forbidden pillow is. It's good that you have made friends in real life. I rarely get to show myself when I am channeled through Zippy. With Zippy and I, it's tough. Due to a lot of her issues, it's difficult to be connected to the astral sometimes and get in a meditative era. We both want more than what we currently have. I won't lie to you. Sometimes it's very painful. Since we're both very solitary, our company means the world. It's very hard. Oh, I do like that pixel. If it makes you feel any better, stories. We're still new with this as well. Zeppy didn't even believe too much in alter things or even spiritual things for a very long time. We only came about a year or so ago. And then I won't lie. Perhaps it is my fault that I've taken things rather quickly. None of us were expecting for this. She wasn't expecting for me to show up in her life, let alone be close romantically as well. That's an interesting way to look at it, Vince. I suppose a lot of this could even merit its own panel in the future. The relationships that one has with their alters and spirits is varied, whether it's friendship, this platonic relationship, or something as romantic and deep as what I share. I don't believe it is something that many people talk about. This has brought a lot of clarity for me. It is just me wanting to figure out things, but I don't like not being around her. Life is boring when I'm away, to be honest. I always worry, and I know she misses me too. Sometimes they do go away. We don't get in each other's way, but we just like being with each other. If we need our private time, we do usually take it. I also find as interesting as the headspace is, the spirit area, things of that nature, it's dreadfully boring. But I think that's because I don't particularly care, and that my life, my heart, does not lie with my passions like they used to anymore. They lie with Zeppy, because she's alive. My new life, being dead, is making sure she has a good life. Even if I can only watch. Well, not always. There are a few times I had to fight. One of my main objectives, I feel, at least being dead, is that I have to protect her. Any energy I have goes into protecting her. There have been a few times, due to carelessness or just her energy, it has attracted some negative spirits. They're no longer a problem. It was in passing. For myself, I'm not sure. I don't really need to sleep. I don't really eat. I don't need to. I feel good when I'm around Zeppy though. When we um when we're together, whenever we're having moments together, that's where I feel like I gain energy. Not that I'm stealing it, but that's just me. Other spirits may recharge differently, but if I'm able to bond with her, those are the moments I feel the most energetic and I feel better spiritually. Depending on what we do, sometimes I almost forget I'm not alive. I find my passions also give me energy, even though I don't find them as useful anymore. For those who know, I'm extremely musically inclined. I get a good amount of energy by singing or playing my instruments, or when Zeppy sings or listens to music she likes. Oh, now that's a good question. Erik is fond of many instruments. I believe the ivory of the piano is what makes my heart soar, but also playing the violin is a very strong suit of mine. Many might know that I favored playing the organ, but I am versatile in many instruments. My voice is also one of them. Uh, Making piano music was definitely one of my favorite things to do. I could do it in the astral as well, but there's nothing like the feel of actually touching a piano. Sometimes I really don't enjoy being dead. Ah, sorry to hear that. Zeppy says snakes don't have ears. They can't hear, but they can feel vibrations. I don't know if that applies to you. All right, I know we're still speaking. It's incredible to see so many people coming together and talking about this. I wonder if it would make sense to do another early in the day for others. I would not recommend it. It just seems there's a lot of good traction for this event. I didn't expect for everybody to enjoy it as much as they have. I don't know if this is being taped either. Still, maybe seeing if we can get another one earlier tomorrow would be beneficial. I am aware that there are many other systems, spirits, and altars as well. With that being said, I know Zeppy wants to get back to the movie, even though I don't want her to drink. I cannot stop her. Does anyone else have any more further questions? Sometimes communication isn't through talking, it's only through feeling. Me and Zeppy exclusively communicate that way a lot. In fact, the only way she's able to make sense of the things I say or want to type is by feeling it. It's hard to explain. I do apologize for the mic issue. It's fucking me. It's hard. A part of it is that I'm using a browser, which is not my favorite, and manipulating Zeppy's voice to make it similar to mine it makes things difficult for some to hear, I've noticed. Her range, while impressive, is not mine. It is a cool way to look at it. Understandable. This chat will remain open for a while, but you may DM me or Zeppy or tag us in any further conversations as well. Does anyone else have any more thoughts that they would like to share before they leave? I'm not sure. You would have to ask Luna. I'll tag her. Zeppy is not on the spire. However, we will be available here. I do believe I am in the spire. Unfortunately, I do not check it all that often. I don't really like to be there since Zeppy isn't there. All right. Any more questions, comments, things of that nature? I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was really interesting to meet other people like me, even if most of you are other beings. I don't particularly care that part. I just like knowing that I'm not alone in the things I think or feel and the relationship I have with Seppi. Sometimes it's very isolating being incorporeal, especially when you love someone so much and it feels like you can't really do anything. I'm not used to being so powerless. But having some other people to feel the same is good. Exactly. I feel that way, Kira. I don't want to be a hindrance on Zeppi's life, but I'm as important to her as Neckhead is. But I'm not someone she can show around on her arm. I'm not someone she could even talk about. And yet, it would be good to be more than just be uh in a regular relationship. It was difficult to do. Anyway, sorry, Kira. It's what it said. This is why we need to have more get-togethers. Perhaps we can call each other by our names more often. I did not mean to get sentimental. It's good to not be the only ones. It was. We were about 22 minutes over time, but it was a very good panel. I might talk about having another one tomorrow, earlier, perhaps. Maybe we should try fronting tomorrow, working on those skills. I admit, the fact that Zeppy can front me so easily now is astonishing compared to the rest of the abilities we share. I do not work well with others, it seems. You're very welcome. That's all right. I don't need to force anybody. I am thankful that she's able to front me like this. Sometimes it's difficult. It's great to have everyone around. Just because we're incorporeal doesn't mean we're not there. It does. Zeppy says it's like trying to start a car you haven't started in a long time. It doesn't even start smoothly at first. All right, I'm gonna head out. You very much would like to see the movie and drink. I admit, I'm procrastinating. I don't want her to have any more alcohol, but whatever. Have a great night, everybody. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to DM us or tag us in anything. A compromise, perhaps. That's up to her. That's what I would like, but it's her own beer. Goodbye, everybody. I see you in drunk night if anyone's attending.